Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel and thank you all so much for watching. Today's video we're going to be going over my 2014 beauty favorites, which is probably a video I look forward to filming all year long, like literally month by month. I'm like, is this going to be a yearly favorite? I wonder if I'll like it this much at the end of the year. Which is probably a little bit weird, but when you're as much of a beauty junkie as I am, these are the thoughts that go through your head. So I've got mostly makeup and then a few skincare and hair care favorites. So let's just jump right in because I can already tell this is going to be probably the longest video on my channel like ever. Okay, so I was first going to start by trying to pick like my favorite of each category of makeup, like high-end and drugstore, but then I decided that I couldn't really figure out a product for each category and I wanted to be very, very honest and truthful. So I kind of just went through my makeup drawers and my collection and just picked out the things that I know I've been using all year and I've been loving and I definitely would recommend to you guys. So I might not have I probably have a product for each category, but yeah, it's not going to be as regimented as I thought it would be just because I want to be really, really honest and truthful and recommend you guys things that I know I probably could not live without. Okay, we're gonna start with eyeshadows because isn't that every girl's favorite part of makeup? I don't know, at least I know it's mine. I could definitely say this year was a big year in eyeshadow for me. Like I discovered so many new eyeshadow formulas that I fell in love with, and number one has to be Makeup Geek eyeshadows. Like, let's talk about it. Marlena is a goddess. She created the most amazing eyeshadows ever. Don't mind these three down here, they just don't have their own little Z palette, but yeah, the rest are Makeup Geek. I've definitely grown a pretty big Makeup Geek collection this year and I absolutely love them. These eyeshadows I reach for probably every single day. Like I have to force myself to use other eyeshadows most of the time because I always want to use Makeup Geek. I have a MAC palette and I never ever touch it. Like I used to touch it, but now I never do because these are way better quality than MAC eyeshadows and so much cheaper. For $6 a pop, it's like, why do people even buy MAC eyeshadows anymore? Like Makeup Geek, if they don't have an exact dupe, they have a very comparable dupe for probably every MAC eyeshadow out there, and they're so much better quality, so much better value for your dollar, and I'm just in love with them. And I probably, like, this is a lot of eyeshadows right here, but I'm probably going to collect every single one of them, especially those new foiled ones. Ooh, girl. Okay, some other eyeshadows that I've fallen completely in love with this year. They're, I mean, technically not eyeshadows, but I use them as eyeshadow. I don't know, doesn't everybody? But yeah, these are the MAC Pressed Pigments. I have so many of them, but these are definitely my favorites. This one is Moth, this one is Daygleam, and this one is Vanilla Diamond. Vanilla Diamond was limited edition, but they have one with the name Blonde Streak, which is very, very similar. So if you can't get your hands on that one, or on this one, then get that one because they're like exactly the same. But yeah, MAC Pressed Pigments are so amazing. I've been kind of on a glitter kick all year because let's be honest, I want glitter on my face every single day. And these are so glittery, so awesome, just so amazing. Like you want to pump up any look that you have, just take one of these Pressed Pigments, rub it on your finger, dab it on your eye, which is what I did today, and it just added a little bit more sparkle to my eyes, and they're amazing. I also tried those Stila foil eyeshadows this year and some other foiled kind of eyeshadows this year, but these absolutely are my favorite. They're a lot less messy than the Stila ones. They're a lot less expensive than the Stila ones, and they're just incredible. They do have a really nice range of colors, and every time they come out with limited edition ones, I always scoop them up because they're gorgeous colors. But yeah, MAC Pressed Pigments are insane, like insane, insane, insane. You need them in your life. If you love glitter and sparkle as much as I do, these are a must. Okay, and my favorite eyeshadow palette of the year, I've gotten quite a few palettes this year, and other than my Makeup Geek shadows, because that's kind of like a do-it-yourself custom thing, I have fallen in love with the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. When I first saw this thing, I was like, oh, well, I have all the Naked palettes. Why would I need another like neutral palette? But I love this more than any of, like I have all three Naked palettes and I reach for this thing more than any of them, even the original one. And it smells like chocolate. Like you cannot beat makeup that you want to eat. Like, hello, this is amazing. Like, it has a few little pops of color, like this pink over here, this purple, this kind of olivey green over here. It's just incredible. They smell like chocolate. Apparently they have like cocoa infused in them or something crazy, but they're super buttery, super pigmented, just amazing, amazing quality. Like, this is just incredible. If you have a bunch of neutral eyeshadows and you're on the fence about getting this, I say just go for it, because this is my favorite neutral palette that I own. And I'm really considering getting the second one. I have to go in store and swatch it because it just looks gorgeous, but I want to see if it's like actually worth it to have both, but I'll probably end up getting it. So since we're speaking of eyeshadows, definitely my favorite eyeshadow primer of the year has to go to MAC's Pro Longwear Paint Pot in the shade Painterly. It's just a basic kind of pinky neutral shade. You pop it all over your eye. It really helps cancel out any discoloration or veins or anything going on in your eye, so you have a nice blank canvas before you put on any of your eyeshadow. It definitely helps from creasing and keeps your eyeshadow on all day, and honestly I don't understand how I haven't hit the bottom of the jar yet, because I use this thing more than any other eyeshadow primer and I've been using it all year long. I got it last Christmas, so I don't understand how it's not like all used up, but I ain't mad at it because this is my favorite and I definitely recommend it to you guys. If you're darker than me, then I would definitely get a darker shade. Just get whichever paint pot is closest to your skin tone, and yeah, I would just get whatever paint pot color is closest to your skin tone and go from there. Okay, let's talk about some face products. I have been obsessed with primer this year. Like, I never used to be a primer girl. Like, I had some, but I barely ever used them, only on like special occasions. Now I can't live without primer. I cannot do my makeup without putting on a primer first, and I never thought I would be that kind of girl. But my primer collection has grown quite a lot. So I've got some favorites here. The first one goes to Dr. Brandt Pores No More Pore Refiner Primer. Dr. Brandt does have an original just Pores No More Pore Refiner, but this one, I don't know what the difference is, but this one is like the primer version, so it is meant to go under your makeup, and this does an awesome job at filling in your pores and mattifying you and keeping your makeup on. It's just an awesome primer, and what I love about it is that it has a cute little pump at the end. It smells like very, almost like eucalyptus or like a little bit herbal, but yeah, I love it. It's a great primer. Definitely recommend it. I've been using it for most of the year, which is why it's in my favorites. Yeah, I definitely like this more than the Professional. Honestly, Professional is slowly working its way down my favorite primer list because I've just discovered so many this year that I like so much more than that one. So if Professional is not doing it for you, I definitely recommend this one. So I've got two more primer favorites and they kind of go hand in hand. The first one is the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer, and then the second one is the NYX Angel Veil. And the NYX Angel Veil is basically just like a drugstore, more affordable dupe for the Hourglass one, because let's be real, this one is hella expensive. Basically both give your face that ultra velvety, ultra smooth, like just baby's bottom face feel, and it's so amazing to just have your foundation glide on top of it. These are amazing. I have to say the Hourglass is obviously better. Thank God, because I would be pissed if I bought this for so much more money and this one was better. But I do also really love the NYX one. They're both just awesome at keeping your makeup in place, making a really nice smooth canvas for your foundation to glide on top of. Like when you put this on and then you put your foundation on top, it just looks so much better. So yeah, I definitely recommend these. They are favorites of mine, obviously. Okay, so I've got two foundation favorites of the month. One is drugstore and one is high-end. The drugstore one is very obvious because it was last year's favorite foundation and I talk about it all the time, and that is the L'Oreal True Match Foundation. I have the shade Natural Buff N3. This is what I'm wearing on my face right now. It is just my go-to favorite, standby, just love of my life. I feel like I'm more in a relationship with this foundation than I am with my boyfriend of 5 years, but that's a different story. But yeah, this is my favorite thing ever. Like, if you don't know, like if I don't know what foundation to wear, if I'm not sure what kind of finish I want, or just, this is just my go-to for everything. It's just my baby. I freaking love this. If you haven't tried this yet, where have you been? What rock are you living under? Get it. That's it. And the high-end drugstore, And the high-end foundation favorite of the year is Estee Lauder's Double Wear. Everybody and their mama has to have this in their life. It is just the most amazing full coverage, like semi-matte. It's not completely matte, but it's definitely not dewy whatsoever. Stays on your face forever. Like, this thing is amazing. I do have a color that's too dark for me because, yeah, it's just too dark for me. It probably works in the summer, but it's way too dark for me now. So I usually mix this with other foundations, and that's another reason why I love it so much, is because when you mix this with any foundation, even foundations that you know make you super oily and come off your face super easy, this makes it like a whole new thing. Like, I always mix this with my YSL Tint to Chocolat, and it becomes the most beautiful foundation combination you've ever seen. So yeah, I love this alone mixed with every other foundation ever. It's just amazing. If you love a full coverage foundation, like full coverage, like you want your face to be a blank canvas for you to then paint on, this is what you need, which I love. I love a full coverage. I'm definitely a full coverage girl. I'm either going full out or not wearing makeup at all, and so this one is definitely a favorite. I highly recommend it to everyone. Okay, so I've got some concealer loves of the year. The first one is what I'm wearing under my eyes right now, and that is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. These concealers are so amazing. I don't understand how they're sold at the drugstore. Like, they are so nicely pigmented and so nicely creamy and easy to blend and just magical. Like, I feel like they sprinkled pixie dust in these because they're amazing. I know everybody has tried these already. I was like really late on the Fit Me train, but I'm obsessed. Like, they're incredible. You need them. I wish there was more of a color selection because I feel like there's only like 4 concealers, which I feel like is not okay, especially if you want to use them for spot concealing. I feel like there should be way more colors, especially since Fit Me is like supposed to be a perfect match kind of line. But yeah, I wish there were more colors, but other than that, no complaints. These are the best concealers I've probably ever tried. Honestly, I feel like I like these more than MAC Pro Longwear, which you guys know is like my baby. But yeah, these are amazing. Highly recommend. You need them in your life. And my other concealer favorite of the year is also drugstore. Drugstore has been killing it with concealer and foundation this year, by the way. And that is the L'Oreal Paris Visible Lift Blur Concealer. This is like the drugstore version of MAC Pro Longwear. It's very, very full coverage. It's kind of on the thicker side, but in a good way. Like, blend it out with a beauty blender, this is flawless. Like, this is my favorite thing to use when I'm doing like a full-on glam look and I really want like a light under eye, really brightened and perfected and concealed. This is the concealer I go for. It is incredible, so creamy, so nice. The foundation that pairs with this is terrible. Don't try it, but the concealer is awesome. Definitely recommend. I'm trying to work fast because we've got a lot of shit here. Okay, so since we're talking about face products, I'll mention my favorite powder of the year, and that has to go to MAC Mineralize Skin Finish Natural. Mine is in the shade Medium, and this powder is just awesome to set anything. Like, well, hold on. Hair in my eye. This powder is just awesome for so many reasons. It's amazing to set your concealer, to set your whole face, to use as a kind of lighter coverage powder foundation. Like, if you just put on some concealer and then pop this on with like a kabuki, you'd have a really nice kind of light coverage everyday kind of look. I usually don't go for that because I like liquid foundation more. I usually don't use powder foundation, but this is an awesome powder because it doesn't look powdery on the skin. Like, it looks nice, and I'm not going to say glowy, but it doesn't like dull your face like most powders do. It kind of leaves a nice satin finish on the skin. It doesn't have glitter or anything in it. I don't understand really how it does it, but it looks awesome on the skin. If you're afraid of using powder because you don't want to look cakey or powdery or just gross, give this one a try because it really doesn't leave that powdery finish that most powders do, and I definitely recommend it. This is definitely a product that I'm going to repurchase over and over and over again because I love it. Since we're talking about face makeup, I'll mention my setting spray discoveries of the year. These NYX setting sprays are incredible. Both the matte one and the dewy finish one, they're incredible. The matte one really mattifies your skin, like really mattifies your skin, like almost more than powder does. I don't understand it. But this, if you have oily skin and you're worried about your makeup coming off or your oils coming through, you have to get this. My cousin Bianca has the most oily skin I've ever come across ever. She even knows it. I'm not like dissing her or anything. She knows she has like really oily skin. We use her to test all of the oily skin products. And she says that she uses what was she using? I can't remember what foundation she was using, but she was using a powder and then this over top, and she said that she was almost too matte, like her skin was drying out because of this. So if you have super oily skin and you're afraid of the oils coming through, try this. I wouldn't recommend the powder and this because if she was that dry, that's probably not good, but this alone is probably better than any powder you're gonna find. And then the dewy one, if you want that glow, girl, this is what you go for. Yeah, it just makes you glow like J-Lo. It's amazing. And these do really help your makeup stay on a lot longer, both the dewy and the matte finish. They're awesome. Definitely recommend. I like these more than the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I can't lie about that. Okay, so my bronzer love of the year has to go to the NYX Matte Bronzer in the shade Medium. Whether I'm tan, whether I'm super fair, like no matter what shade I am, this is my favorite bronzer. Because it's completely matte, you can contour with it also. It's, I don't know, it's just a great color. It's like orangey, but it's almost like a red undertone. I'm really bad at those things, especially with bronzer. Yeah, this is my favorite bronzer ever. It's super, super smooth. They do have light, medium, and dark, so you can gauge by what shade you are, like go from there and get your perfect bronzer color. But I love this for contouring, for bronzing up the skin. Just incredible. I've been using it all year long, and I have a lot of bronzers, and this one is the one I always reach for first. It's just my favorite. So this year my blush collection has probably tripled in size, and because of that I've been reaching for a lot of different blushes throughout the year, so I couldn't really pinpoint which one was my favorite except for one that I've been using all year long and just keep going back to, and that is Milani's Berry Amoure, or Amoure, I'm gonna say Amoure. Berry Amoure, it is like a really perfect kind of mauve-y pink bronze color. I don't know how to describe it. It's on my cheeks right now. It's just gorgeous, goes with any look. It gives a really nice glow to the cheeks. I just love it. It's one of those blushes that just melts into the bronzer that you put down, and it just marries your whole face together. I just love it. I reach for it so much more often than I thought I would. I thought that I was only going to reach for this like in the summer with a tan, but I've reached for this all year long, and it has to be my favorite blush of the year, which is funny because last year my favorite blush was Milani Luminoso, so I love Milani blushes, obviously. My highlighter collection has also probably tripled this last year, but I have to mention my favorite highlighters probably of all time, and these probably are going to come to a shock to you guys because they're not Becca Opal, but the e.l.f. baked highlighters are probably the best highlighters I've ever tried, and for $1, like, you cannot wait. Are they $1? They're either $1 or $3, but either way, these things are incredible. I don't hear a lot of, like, the only other YouTuber I really ever hear talk about them is Kathleen Lights. Bought them off of her recommendation, but I don't understand why nobody else talks about these because they're freaking incredible. Like, for $1, look at this glow I got. And this is Blush Gems is the one I have on right now. But this one is Moonlight Pearls. They also have another one, which I can't remember why I didn't get it, but I'll probably eventually get it. But these things are incredible. They're so pigmented. They're really like a beautiful metallic finish, which is my favorite kind of finish of highlighters. But if you like an intense, like glowy skin highlight, you need these in your life. For $1, like, even if you hate them, you're only out $1. So just try them. They're incredible. I don't know why a lot of people don't talk about them, but you need them in your life. Okay, so now on to brow favorites. I'm gonna be cheating because I did only get this in November, but I have to say I love this product more than any other brow product of life, and that is obviously the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I have the shade Soft Brown, and I'm really, really sad because, you hear that? That's the click of death. The click that means you have no more brow wiz. I ran out yesterday and, like, oh my god, I was like scraping my freaking brow with this to get my brows done today. I had to use some other things to perfect them. I've gotten so many compliments on my brows with this pencil in the past 2 months than I ever have in my entire life, so obviously I'm killing it with this brow. I feel like my brows have come on a whole, like, lifelong journey in the past year. Like, if you look at my videos from last year, I don't know what the fuck I was doing with my brows. It was not a good look. This has changed my brows life, and I love it. I will like, once you go brow wiz, you can't go back. That is a fact. Once you try this, you will never go back to another product, which is sad because they run out so quick and they're freaking $20 each, but I'm committed. I'm committed. Okay, the other brow product favorite of the year is the Milani Brow Shaping Clear Gel. It is the most amazing brow gel ever. It's got like a cute little kind of tapered brush at the end, makes it really easy to get your brows. It's like the perfect size, and this doesn't make your brows crunchy at all. Keeps your brows in place and your brows aren't crunchy. Like, that's all I can ask for in a brow gel. It's clear, so it's not really adding or changing the color of your brows or anything, and it's just my favorite brow gel. I will repurchase this over and over and over again, just like that Brow Wiz, because it is my favorite, and it's from the drugstore, so you really can't go wrong. Okay, so let's mention some eyeliner favorites of the year. My favorite pencil liner, obviously, because I use it in every freaking video, is the L'Oreal Voluminous Smoldering Eyeliner. This is in Carbon Black, and it's a kind of like fat Kajal pencil. This one is my favorite for lining the waterline and the tight line. It just stays in place. It's really nice and black. It's just awesome. If you guys haven't tried it, definitely give it a try because it doesn't budge. It stays where you put it, and it's really nice and richly black, so I definitely recommend that. Okay, so this one is another cheating product because I did just recently get it, but once again, it is my absolute favorite, never going back, and that is the NYX Liquid Eyeliner in the shade Black. This thing is awesome. I will say you do have to kind of get the hang of the brush because it's very, very soft and flimsy and kind of like goes all over the place, you see? But once you get the hang of it, it is so nice and black, so matte. Like, I do not like glossy eyeliner whatsoever. When I put on eyeliner, I want it to be completely black and completely matte. I don't want any shimmer or shine or anything to my eyeliner, and this dries so freaking matte. It's amazing. Like, this is amazing. The one complaint I have about it is if you tear a little tiny bit or there's one raindrop that hits your eye, you're done. You are done. Your eyeliner is done. But I don't know. It's worth it. Like, I will take that chance because this is my favorite eyeliner ever, 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 ever. And you guys know before I got this, I was definitely a gel liner girl, but after this, I like never use gel. Okay, and then my gel liner favorite of the year, because I did use gel for most of the year, has to go to the e.l.f. Cream Eyeliner in the shade Black. For $1, or is it I can never remember if it's $1 or $3, but for a few bucks, this is awesome. It is really, really nice and black, super creamy, really easy to work with, stays on your eyes. I haven't had any trouble with it smudging or anything, and it's just awesome. Like, I definitely recommend this thing. The drugstore is also killing it with some eyeliners lately, so I highly recommend this. I've got a drugstore mascara favorite and a high-end mascara favorite, and they're my favorites of all time. Not just this year, like ever, ever in life. So drugstore goes to L'Oreal Voluminous False Fiber Lashes. I've been repurchasing this over and over again since before I started YouTube, like 2 years before I started YouTube. This is just the best mascara, like, ever. Like, oh my god, you need it. It's got like a kind of tapered brush at the end. It's like a very dry formula, which I typically go for. I don't like wet mascaras. I like something that's dry and gonna cling to the lashes and really voluminize them because my lashes are pretty decently long, so I really just want to amp the volume more than the length. So I usually go for voluminous type mascaras. So this one is awesome, but because it has those false fibers in it, it also makes your lashes super, super long, and I love it. Like, I will never stop rebuying this. I always have this in my makeup collection, no matter how many other mascaras I have. If I run out of this, I immediately go out and buy it again because it's just incredible. You need this. This is probably L'Oreal's best mascara ever. And L'Oreal has awesome mascaras, but this is the best one. And my high-end mascara favorite is the same high-end mascara favorite from last year, and that is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This mascara is just incredible. Like, I'm a drugstore mascara girl. I usually never spend extra money on like a high-end mascara, but this is another one that I need in my collection at all times. It is just incredible. It just makes them look so fluttery and full and amazing. I just love it. And honestly, the packaging is so cute. Like, that's half the thing, is the packaging. Like, I just love it. So yeah, I don't usually go for high-end mascaras, but Too Faced Better Than Sex is a must for me. Okay, so this year I have absolutely fallen in love with NYX lip pencils. They have so many colors. They're all just as pigmented as the last one. They're all super creamy. They're all super creamy and pigmented. They're so easy to work with. They're the sharpened kind, so you can really sharpen them and get a really nice point, because that's one thing I don't like too much about retractable pencils, is if I want a really sharp point, especially for brighter colors like like this pumpkin one, which is an orange. I like a really sharp point to really like line my lips precisely. So I like that they're pencils so you can sharpen them, and they're really nice and sharp. They're just so easy to work with. They glide on the lips so smoothly, and they're just incredible. And the fact that they have so many different colors and they're like so cheap is just even more amazing. For lipstick favorites this year, I have fallen in love with the Wet n Wild Mega Last lipsticks. I have way more than just 4. I have like probably 80% of the entire line. They're incredible. They're so pigmented. They have such a good range of colors, like brights, neutrals, just everything. They're really nice and matte, which I usually, when I go for lipstick, I usually go for matte lipstick most of the time. If not matte, then cream. But they're really nice and matte, but they are a little bit drying, but I think it's worth it for $3 or $2 or whatever they are, and the great array of colors and the fact that they stay on your lips forever. I absolutely love them. I'll probably end up getting every single color of them available because they're just my favorite lipsticks probably like ever. I love them. The packaging sucks, but I love them. And then my other lipstick favorites have to go to the MAC Retro Matte line. I have 3 of them here. I think I have another one. Can't remember. But yeah, this one is Relentlessly Red, which is my favorite red of all time. You guys know this. I talk about it a lot. This one is amazing. This one is All Fired Up, which is another red, but not as bright as Relentlessly Red. I don't know. Pretty similar, actually. And then we have All Fired Up, which is a gorgeous magenta shade. And I love these because of the formula, obviously. They are so nice and matte. They literally make your lips look like velvet. They are drying, but I really don't mind because I love a matte, like a really matte lip. I don't mind if they're drying because I'll just moisturize my lips a little bit more that night. But yeah, I love this formula. I want so many more retro mattes because this is my absolute favorite formula of lipsticks from MAC. And I've just been loving them all year long. Okay, and now I've got 2 gloss favorites of the year. The first one is my gloss favorite of life, and that is the Buxom Big and, what is it called? Full On Lip Cream in White Russian. This is the best lip gloss of all time. I've been using this since before I started YouTube also, and it's just the best nude gloss ever. I have it on right now, over a lipstick obviously. But yeah, I have this on right now. It is my favorite nude lip gloss. It's my favorite lip gloss ever. Like, it just feels so good on the lips. It stays on a really long time. It is a little bit sticky, but I like that because it keeps your lipstick on, or your lip gloss on, and it's incredible. And then my other favorite gloss of the year is the NYX Mega Shine lip gloss in the shade Beige, which is very apparently a pink, but they call it beige, so we'll let it rock. It smells, oh, I feel like I'm stuffy right now. It smells like cherry cough syrup, which you probably don't like, but I love because I'm weird. It's a really nice, just neutral pink, everyday, like, go-to shade, and that's why I love it. This is the kind of lipstick or lip gloss that I keep in my purse at all times because it just goes with everything. So I've gone through a bunch of lip balms this year, but the one that I've loved the most out of the whole year has to go to the Nivea Lip Butter, and this is in the flavor Vanilla and Macadamia Kiss. As you can see, I have loved it very, very much, but it's just awesome. It makes your lips feel so luxurious and just moisturized and amazing. I put this on before bed every night, and when I wake up, my lips are like brand new. It's incredible. It tastes and smells delicious, obviously, because Vanilla and Macadamia Kiss, like, ugh, hello. But yeah, I absolutely love this. When I run out, I will definitely be repurchasing it, maybe in a different flavor, but probably this one because it smells so damn good. But yeah, I had to give this one a mention because I love it. My other skincare favorite of the year is my apple cider vinegar toner, which I basically just take apple cider vinegar, pour it in half of this thing, and then fill up the rest with water. So it's 1 part apple cider vinegar, 1 part water, and I've been using this as my toner all year, and I love it. Like, toners usually really irritate my skin. I don't know what it is. I guess I just have really sensitive skin, but this has really helped with keeping my acne at bay, like really just balancing my skin's pH level, which is what a toner's supposed to do. Just overall making my skin better. I've been using it all year, and I'll probably never use another toner again because it's so much cheaper than buying a toner, and it's so much better than any other toner I've ever tried, so why would I spend money trying to find a new toner. Yeah, I love it. I use it every single day, morning and night, and it's incredible. Thumbs this video up if you want a skincare routine, because we just renovated my kitchen and bathroom, and so I'm probably going to do a fancy little skincare routine video in my new bathroom. Okay, and last but not least is some hair favorites. Number one has to go to coconut oil. This has saved my hair. If you guys remember last year, or when I really first started YouTube, I was blonde. And being blonde fried my freaking hair. Like, it ruined it. And honestly, like, coconut oil has done so much good for me. I absolutely love it. So basically what I do with this is I just slather a shit ton of it on my head, and I let it sit for a few hours, or however long I want to be lazy and lay around the house, and then I wash my hair like normal, and it is so amazing. Like, it makes your head like brand new hair. I have really dry, really frizzy, really damaged hair from being blonde, and then also all of the heat I put on it, and this has saved my hair. When I started YouTube, my hair was probably up to about here, like just hitting my shoulder, probably just above, and now my hair is down to like my boob, which is amazing. Because I was blonde, my hair breaks off a lot. The fact that it's grown that much in a year is amazing. Like, I cannot wait till my hair is as long as my weave. I miss long hair. But coconut oil has really been doing it for me all year long. This is like my go-to hair mask. I don't really use hair masks other than this, like special treatments, but this is life. If you haven't tried it on your hair yet, if you're afraid to because your hair is oily, just give it a try just once. I promise you, you'll love it. Okay guys, I'm actually surprised that we're done already. I felt like I had so many more things, but once again, this was a very honest, truthful yearly favorites. I have grown my collection a shit ton in the last year, and I have a lot of makeup, but these are honestly and truly my favorite products of the entire year, and I definitely recommend each and every one of them to all of you. I think that all of you would love them. I wouldn't recommend anything I don't completely love and believe in. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Thank you guys so much for watching my channel. I love you all so much. Let's make 2015 the best year yet, because I fucking hated 2014. I'm so glad to see it gone. And let's do this. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.